Hi, I'm AJ Hogue, the Director of Effortless English. It's time for another student question. So the question is this. AJ, why? Why are English classes so boring? So, this is a common question I get from students, and they really want to know because they feel that their teachers are nice people. They say, I know my teacher is a nice person. I know most teachers want to help their students. So why do they make the classes so boring? Why are the schools so boring? Well, today I'm going to share with you some teacher secrets. So I taught in many different schools in the past, a lot of different English schools. So nearly every English teacher, really all teachers, but English teachers especially, have some secrets about why they are doing certain activities. And most of what teachers do in class is not for you, it's for them. Not because they hate you, but because they try to make their own jobs easier. In fact, I actually have to use a piece of paper because I've written down so many that I can't remember them all. So let's start. So let's talk about first why do teachers do this? What's the reason? Are they bad people? No, they're not bad people. But teachers have a lot of pressure. Most teachers, a lot of pressure. In a middle school, in a high school, in an English school, they have pressure from their bosses. A lot of pressure. So number one, they have pressure that they have to follow a textbook, a specific textbook. So most bosses want all the classes to be the same, right? Every class is the same. Doesn't matter if the students are different, the teacher's different, they still want the same textbook, the same material. So teachers have a lot of pressure to use a textbook. So I know this when I was teaching in schools. A lot of pressure from my bosses to use this textbook. You must use this textbook. And when I didn't do it, because I hated the textbook, so many times I didn't do it, they would get angry at me. They would yell at me. They would say, why are you not using the textbook? This is the textbook. You must use it. And I would get in arguments sometimes, and it was always tough. It was always quite stressful for me. There's a lot of pressure. Throw this away now. Another thing is that there's a lot of pressure for grading and testing. Because, again, the bosses like to be able to measure everything with numbers. So because of this, whether the boss is the government or someone else, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of pressure to give test, measure, measure, measure. Well, it's hard to measure just speaking. Right? If I talk to you in English and you talk to me, how do I give you a score? Do I give you an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F? It's really my opinion as a teacher, right? It's hard to do. But if I give you a written test with, A, B, C, D, choose one, only one right answer, that's easy to measure. And that's why you get so many of those tests in schools. It's not because it helps you. It doesn't help you. It's more stress for you. It's more boring for you. But it helps the school system. It's easier for the teacher. Here's another teacher secret. Teachers are tired. They're tired. Because most teachers do not know how to lead, I don't want to use the word control, but that's what most teachers say, control a class. In fact, the number one thing most teachers want is control of their class. They care about that most of all. That's number one. Not your English ability, not your learning, it's your obedience, their ability to control you. Why do they care about this so much? Again, are they evil? Are they bad? No, they're not evil and bad. They're tired. And if you have a class with 10 or 20 or 30 people, and they're talking and they're running around and they're moving and making noise, It's very tough as a teacher. It's very, very stressful. It's very hard to teach when that is happening. Unfortunately, most teachers are not trained how to lead a class. I don't say I control a class. I don't want to control a class. But as a teacher, my job is to keep their attention. I have to have a lot of energy. I have to teach in a certain way so that everyone is listening to me. Everyone is following me. When I started, when I was a new teacher, I didn't know how to do that. I could not do it. You know, now I can speak to 300 people, and most of them are focused on me and listening to me for 3 or 4 or more hours. I know how to do that now. But in the past, I didn't know how to. So in the past, also, I just wanted to control them. I just wanted them to sit quietly. So my job would be easier. And that's what most teachers want. And so they do a lot of activities in class just to keep you quiet and controlled. That's why they use textbooks a lot. That's why they write on the board and you take notes. That's why they want you to sit quietly, not be standing and moving around. It's also why they use a lot of activities. They give you worksheets. You know, worksheets, they give you a paper with some questions or some exercise or some game, and then you do the game. Is that because it's the best method for your English? No! But it is the best method to control the class and to give an easy lesson. See, this is another secret. Teachers want to save time. They don't want to spend 1 hour or 2 hours every day planning difficult lessons. It's easier to give you a piece of paper with a game or something, no planning necessary or little planning. It's much easier for them. It saves them time. It saves the teacher energy. I'll give you another secret. I'm sure this has happened to you in English classes before. I use this secret many times. Sad to say, I'm sorry. Pair work. Pair work. Have you done this in class where the teacher says, okay, find a partner and practice what we learned? And then you and your partner, the other student, you maybe you pretend to have a conversation. Or you ask each other questions in English. Or you do some little activity. This is great for the teacher because when the students are talking to each other, the teacher can rest. Oh, it's great. I used to love pair work. I loved it. I would do a lot of these activities. I could stand and just kind of, oh, very good. Very good. Just resting. I didn't have to talk much. I could just smile, watch them. The longer the better. I wanted them to talk and talk and talk and practice. Now, did this help their English? Not really. Why? Because you're talking to another person who can't speak English. Their pronunciation is terrible. Their grammar is terrible. Their vocabulary is terrible. You don't want to listen to that person speak English. That doesn't help you. You want to listen to English that is standard. You want to listen to someone from the United States or Canada or England or Australia or someone who speaks it at a very high level, who's very fluent. Not another student who can barely speak. So it's bad for you, but it's great for the teacher. Group work is the same idea. Instead of 2 students, maybe we have 3 or 4. Put you in a group, give you a topic to discuss. Discuss, you know, should America attack Iraq? Whatever. They always think of some question that they think will be emotional, that people can argue about. And they give it to you, and then you're supposed to, everyone, well, I think, and you're supposed to discuss. Again, it's the same problem. You're talking to other people who do not speak English very well. That's why you're students. It's okay. And what can the teacher do when this is happening? Rest. Oh, just sit there and rest. So this is why teachers are doing all these things. It's why they're using textbooks. It's why they're doing these kind of activities. Now again, finally, don't blame your teachers. Don't hate them for this. I did it when I was teaching in the past, because I didn't know what else to do. I was tired. I was stressed. My boss was pressuring me, telling me to do these things. I didn't know how to control the class. So that's why I did those things. Just to help myself not be so tired and stressed. Now I know a much, much better way to teach, so it's much, much different. The point is, for you as a student, you must find a different way. Because the schools and the teachers in the schools, most of them, are doing things for themselves, for them, not for you. They're not giving you the best method. They're doing the best method for them. So you need to find a different way. So to learn more about the effortless English way and the effortless English system, which is very different, you can join our free email course at effortlessenglishclub.com. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.